So let's make some changes this time and repeat the whole process, and probably see uh, what happens when we change a file. So instead of just git, I'll just say hello git world, and I'll don't forget to save this. So I'll do a control S. Otherwise, it may not be tracked. So I'll do a control S, and I'm expecting this to be tracked now. So I'll just say git status. So again, you see, this is modified this time. If you saw initially, it would have been untracked or new file and things like that. This time, it says this simple.txt has been modified, and luckily for us, it will also show what to do to push it to the next stage. So you can just say git add the name of the file, and you can optionally want to restore it also. Let's try and check that. Actually, that will be fun. So um, let's restore it back. Let's say I figured out that no, this is not what I wanted to be. Sometimes it happens in the project. You figure out, you make some changes, you run the code, and this approach did not work out. And here, remember, you are doing this change only on one file. In a real world project, you would have done at least 3 to 4 changes on at least 4 to 5 files. So there is no way you can remember all the changes that you'll have to undo. So it's very difficult even if you do it manually. So that's when you can just say, see, it is telling you now, it's what do you want to do? If you want to just push it to the next stage, which is the staging area. So what is the staging area? Staging area is like, okay, it is ready to be committed to the database. So it is one step behind. You might probably just have a review or something with your lead in the staging area, just to show to him before committing, saying that, hey, look, I have so many things in the staging area, it is ready to be committed to the database. And if he says yes, go ahead, you can just commit it. Otherwise, you can just switch back to the normal. Now let's say this did not go how you expected it. So I can just say git restore, restore, and let's assume I have changed so many files, I don't remember what I've done, but I just want to restore everything. So I'll just say git restore dot. Again, like previously, it did not say anything, but probably if I just close this and reopen this, yeah, you see here. So it was hello git world actually. Then it just went back to being hello git. Now this should happen by itself. Again, on this virtual machine, the behavior is slightly different. Maybe on your machine, the moment you place your cursor here on the text file, you should see it refresh by itself. So I just went back, and optionally again, if you can just go ahead and say git status, it just looks like, hey, I just forgot about you doing it. It's as good as you never made any change. In fact, you can see that in the git log also. It is only the change which I made at 10:20 that it is still showing. No other changes after that. So it never remembered anything about me typing git world. So that's good. So you can quickly restore it back to the from the staging area. You can just remove it everything. So your workspace is like it was before also. But this time, let's go ahead and actually push it also. Let's make some other change. Hello git world. I am liking it. Okay, so this is one small change I've made, and similarly, if I do a git status, it should show modified this time. So instead of restoring, let's go ahead and add it to the database. So we'll say git add all the files. So I just say dot. So if I again say a status, so this time from the it is in the staging area, ready to be committed, but I have not yet committed it. So let's go ahead and commit also. I'll just say git commit commit with a message saying um, modification done. In fact, you should be more elaborate, but let's just keep it at this. So I got one file changed, and I'll do a git status. Nothing on it says the working tree is clean. So I'll do a git log. So this time you see in the, if I do a git log, it is showing two things here. What timing is it showing here? So it is actually showing the, I'm not sure about the date part here. That's okay. We'll see. Maybe I'll see see it in a single line. So this is a very verbose logging. So let's say I want to see it in a single line. So I'll just say git log minus minus one line. So this is a much more compact thing. So instead of saying who did the change, what time they did the change, I'm just seeing the log. Okay, first time modification done. So anything it will be showing along with the commit ID is also now simplified. Most of the times we just need the first few characters of the commit ID. So it will just show that, and it'll show where all the changes it was done. So this is how we do a small modification this time. So I hope this was clear. Any questions here?